Hello and welcome to Why Mobile Measurement is Key to Enterprise Marketing Success. We're so glad to have you with us today, tonight, or whatever time it happens to be for you whenever you're listening and watching this. We're also super happy to have a special guest today, Tina Moffett from Forrester. Tina is a senior analyst at Forrester who focuses on mobile, and I can't wait to hear what she has to say today. My name is John Koetsier. I'm TUN's Mobile Economist, and I'll do the first few slides and then ask Tina some questions after she does her presentation. It's of course possible that you've heard of Forrester. Naturally, Forrester is a global independent research leader. However, you may not have heard of TUN. At TUN, we tie marketing investments to measurable outcomes for some pretty significant clients. That helps you find new customers, which is great, and keep customers, which is even better, reduce risk and ad waste, and improve marketing efficiency. The result is higher customer lifetime value, better ROI, and simpler measurement. Ultimately, what we're doing is we're helping brands dial up growth while at the same time dialing down risk. Put them all together, and TUN Solutions unify the performance marketing ecosystem, eliminate fraud, and maximize brand value. One quick note before we get started. TUN does an amazing conference every year in Seattle. This year it's in July, and we'd love for you to be our guest. We have some amazing speakers from the top companies on the planet, and here's an extra incentive. Just for being on this call, it's $200 off. Go to postback.tun.com, use the coupon code FW200. That's coupon code FW200. It'll also be in the email that you'll get after this, linking to the recording. Excellent. Now, I'd love to turn it over to Tina.
Great, thank you, John. And I'm excited to be here today to talk about a recent study that TUN commissioned Forrester to do around mobile measurement. So just to frame up the discussion around mobile measurement, I want to give you a sense of what we're seeing in the market today. As you know, Forrester is a global research agency, and we follow consumer trends as well as business technology trends. What we discovered was technology has dramatically changed the way how customers live, work, and spend. This is to no surprise to anyone, but empowered customers, that is, customers who demand brands interact with them at the right moment, at the right time, are causing a huge economic and market shift. They're reshaping industries, creating winners and losers, and forcing brands to evolve or perish. Big consequential decisions and actions loom. Business and technology leaders are charged with reorientating their organizations around this empowered customers to make sure they're serving them in that moment of need. Now, Forrester works with clients in this critical moment to secure and help their companies' growth. And to support this even more, consumers are connected and addressable. This data bears out. As you know from our Forrester consumer survey, we measure how consumers use mobile devices. Mobile is the tip of the spear. That's not changing. And mobile is all about these moments, where brands need to create these moments. About 30 billion moments per day in the United States alone. Here are some of our data points that we discovered through our analysis. 18% of U.S. online adults, for example, look up products while they're shopping. Internet users, on average, have about 7 social media accounts. Some of these insights help brands shape those moments so they're connecting with customers at contextually relevant times. So this means that brands must win in customer moments. Now, this is essential in a competitive environment. If brands don't connect with customers at any given moment in time with relevant messages, customers will leave, or they'll go to their competitor, or worse off, they'll forget about your message. So brands must take advantage of this moment. Now, this just didn't happen overnight. If we think about how we evolved to this one-to-moment scenario. It all began in the pre-digital age, in the one-to-many. The objective there was broad reach, building awareness, filling the funnel. Now, in the digital one-to-one scenario, it was really about driving relevance, right message, right person, right time, and right place. But in the one-to-moment scenario, marketers must take personalization and connectivity and use mobile to enable that, to help to connect with customers across different contexts in a different most appropriate emotional states, identifying their different needs each time they interact. Success requires that the best marketers, whether they be brand marketers or direct marketers or digital marketers, are all rolled into an integrated approach that delivers the brand promise in every moment. Digital brought that craze years ago in the one-to-one era, but now in the one-to-moment, it demands marketers must react in a way where they're taking into account customers' emotional state and needs. Now, marketers plan to grow their investments in mobile advertising in the next 12 months to service those moments. They're committing more budget to mobile advertising, for example. Budget allocation is concrete indicators of marketers' attitude towards mobile advertising, and things seem rosy for the near future. About 74% of marketers surveyed expect to see their mobile ad budget increase in the next 12 months. About a third expect to increase 15% or more. This growth trend matches Forrester mobile advertising forecast, which projects that U.S. mobile display and social ad spend will grow from $25.5 billion in 2017 to $50.5 billion by 2021. Mobile now constitutes a majority of social and display ad spend after overtaking desktop in 2016. Mobile social will contribute more than 2/3 of incremental mobile ad spending through 2021. Now, in January 2018, June commissioned Forrester Consulting to evaluate mobile practices in the U.S. The hypothesis was to truly understand their customers and maximize all of their interactions, marketers must step up their mobile measurement game to address this one-to-moment. Failure to become mobile measurement savvy will leave brands in a reactive state, resulting in customers moving on to their competitors. Now, a little bit of background about the study. Forrester conducted an online survey with 300 mobile and digital marketing decision makers at companies with more than 1,000 employees to explore this topic. We found that while mobile marketing adoption is high, most measurement practices are insufficient due to the fact that marketers are not measuring mobile across the entire life cycle. However, marketers who make a concerted effort to measure mobile across customer lifecycle unveil a holistic picture of a customer who is more engaged and has a higher propensity of brand loyalty. So let's jump into the findings. So here are some of the key findings at a high level. First, mobile marketing is marketing. The digital world fully embraces mobile, making it the epicenter of the marketing world. Without understanding customers' mobile habits, companies cannot anticipate customer behaviors and develop relevant interactions with their customers. To underscore this, the study shows that mobile marketing priorities mirror marketing priorities in general. The second key takeaway is that marketers struggle to measure mobile in conjunction with non-mobile channels. Marketers say they value mobile as a core component of their marketing strategy, yet most companies do not measure mobile in its entirety. Only 14% of surveyed companies track throughout the entire journey. And finally, the final key finding was that measurement across the entire customer journey is crucial. only those few marketers who track their customers' mobile activities across the entire life cycle fully understand customer behaviors, from awareness to purchase to post-purchase and loyalty and growth. This understanding helps marketers find and foster loyal customers, thereby driving overall engagement and loyalty goals. So let's dig into kind of more detailed findings. So current state. Key finding here is that mobile is a cornerstone for nearly all lives. It must be prioritized and integrated within the organization's overall effort. Understanding mobile's activities and behaviors is the key to understanding people, your customer, generally. So therefore, it has to be the #1 priority within the organization's overall marketing efforts. So overall, we found that marketers prioritize acquiring, satisfying, and retaining of its customers, relying on mobile to achieve these objectives. Views on the importance of mobile track nearly identically with overall marketing goals themselves. Marketers know that customers use mobile as a vehicle to comparison shop, to read reviews, and to engage with brands, illustrating the need to build strategies that enable day-to-day engagement. Further, marketers overseeing mobile and digital efforts use mobile development platforms at 94%. They also use web analytics solutions, another 94%, and app analytics solutions at 93% to glean insights and prove the value of mobile. This overwhelming use of mobile-specific analytics solutions underscore the necessity for rigor surrounding mobile insights. At Forrester, we see a number of key challenges when it comes to marketing performance, measurement, and analytics. And a key challenge we found in this study was that marketers fail to measure mobile comprehensively across the entire life cycle, from acquisition to engagement, and in conjunction with the rest of the marketing efforts. I talk to marketers on a daily basis, and this is consistent with my findings as a researcher in this space. So let's look at some of these core challenges. So this is based on Forrester data. What we found in general is that marketers face key challenges when it comes to deploying all of marketing analytics and measurement. So this isn't just exclusive to mobile. What are some of those key challenges? First is data management. Data quality and management issues are the top 2 challenges that marketers face, just as they were in our study that we conducted, not only in 2017, but in 2016 and 2014. I will say that data is always in the top 3 challenges for any analytics initiatives that marketers or analytics professionals are facing today. Why? Because to effectively adopt any type of marketing insights or analytics, a company must have its data house in order. And this is a constant journey. It's not a destination. Now, this would include connecting data across platforms. Effective customer and marketing performance data curation is a foundational step on the road to not only measurement, but a greater breadth of analytics initiatives that a marketer can do. Reconciling data from disparate sources continues to also be a stumbling block for marketers today. Now, this could mean looking at performance data from different providers and having it not align. This is a common problem we see with marketers today. Another problem we see is providing real-time insights to businesses. Real-time insights is elusive. Now, the ultimate goal for marketers today is to furnish insights that the business can use to drive contextually relevant experiences, including on mobile, for customers at that point of interaction. And I want to stress here that this becomes very important for mobile as well, since it's the primary delivery point and connection point to the customer that would enhance that moment of need. But unfortunately, over a quarter of companies say that this is a key challenge. And this is an increase from 2016. Firms are feeling this pain point more acutely today because the customer expectations of relevancy, again, they're demanding a one-to-moment experience. That mindset has outpaced most companies' ability to deliver. And like, produce, insights have a shelf life, and a propensity model, for example, developed over a month ago, may be stale by the time it's done, especially in an increasing mobile dense world. So going back to the survey with Tune, what we found was not only consistent with the challenges of mobile measurement in general, but we also found that marketers don't have a consistent approach to mobile measurement. Now, current mobile measurement efforts are completely scattered. Aside from the 6% of marketers who don't account for offline channels in addition to mobile, the rest of marketers either measure mobile channels independently at 31%, across each other at 26%, or in conjunction with other digital platforms. Only 45% want to move away from looking at mobile itself and create a unified key view of customers. Now, in particular, within this graphic, the metrics that marketers are really focused on to understand mobile efficacy is related to cost and engagement. Few metrics are used as leading indicators. Now, leading indicator metrics are a good proxy to understand mobile marketing and mobile usage in general across different phases of the life cycle. Now, marketers are metrics junkies. Now, this graph to look at may be a bit heavy on the eyes, but what this is representative of is mobile is simply looking at too many metrics. The glut of metrics hinders the marketers who are looking to build a mobile-centric strategy. They juggle between 3 to 9 mobile metrics per customer lifecycle phase. Too many metrics can confuse marketers on what's driving business value. And more importantly, too many metrics are confusing marketers on where they should optimize their investments against. So again, there's a lot of metrics marketers are looking at across these different phases. So few measure mobile efficacy throughout the entire journey. When we ask at which of the following points in the customer journey are you measuring the success of your mobile marketing efforts, 80% are measuring at the awareness phase, while only 65%, between 66 and 65% are measuring at the customer use phase and support phase. Only 14% surveyed of surveyed marketers measure all 6 phases. Marketers that do not have that consistent mobile measurement practices across all phases miss that golden opportunity to develop those deep relationships with existing customers. This is resulting in missed cross or upsell opportunities, but also missed opportunities to develop a loyal relationship or a relevant relationship with a customer that may foster long-term loyalty. Now, in looking at the 14% itself, again, they're measuring across awareness, exploration, purchase, use, support, and post-sales. And while that may be low, we do have more marketers measuring mobile across 5 and 4 phases. But the goal is to measure at each touch point so you can win at those moments. So what's the solution that marketers should adopt? Now, marketers that have the right measurement tools in place and understand the necessary processes are more likely to increase the quality of acquisition, retention, and engagement. They're more likely to increase that quality of acquisition, retention, and engagement because they are interacting with their customers at any given point in time. This means they can understand in a more deeper, relevant way what the customer needs and look for identifiers that may indicate the emotional connectiveness to the brand. So let's dive into this section a little bit more. So what we did in this survey was we segmented out mobile measurement marketers into 3 distinct groups. We looked at the number of phases in a life cycle that they track their mobile marketing efforts. The skimmers are those who are tracking 3 or fewer phases. The studiers are those who are tracking about 4 phases. And the masters that track 5 or 6 phases of the customer journey. We found some interesting tidbits across these segments of customers. When we asked how your current efforts of mobile marketing in achieving your overall objectives, we found that those mobile masters are able to increase customer loyalty, increase long-term engagement, improve the experience, glean deeper customer insights. So there's proven fact that measuring across the customer lifecycle increases the likelihood of grabbing the right customer base and mobile performance insights that's needed to make optimization decisions, but also develop a deeper loyalty of the intelligence of who your loyal customers are. And again, not only does this help optimize investments across the right interaction points, but it helps foster a better customer experience and ultimately retain the most profitable customers among them. Now, we also found that measuring mobile-specific interactions across the life cycle benefits from a uniform approach. Although marketers use a plethora of different technologies to track mobile performance and metrics and usage, most who are currently using either multiple point solution at 44%, or custom-built solutions at 58%, would prefer to migrate their mobile solutions to a single unified platform. The benefits of measuring mobile metrics in a single location suggest the reason for this preference. Those with single solutions better track customer loyalty at 82%, satisfaction at 73%, experience at 70%, and engagement at 83%. And they do this over users of either multiple point solutions or custom-built solutions. Now, having that single point is not only beneficial to building those experiences and those moments, but it helps foster a necessary change within the organization to have that interaction point facilitated by mobile be at the center of the organization, because you can capture the necessary insights to not only be relevant to your customers, but to shift your resources around to make sure they're aligned to those customer moments and those needs. So what are some of the key recommendations that we gleaned from this report? Creating a holistic measurement approach, inclusive of mobile, across the entire journey, enables marketers to truly understand their customers. This, in turn, enables marketers to better calculate performance metrics that matters most, to make data-driven planning decisions at the strategic and tactical level, to ultimately to more spend their marketing dollars more wisely, but also to foster better interactions with its customers. The first step for marketers to do is maximize their opportunities for mobile at each single phase of the journey by aligning their mobile marketing with the customer lifecycle. Now, if you wish to create this holistic measurement approach, there's a few key things that you must do. First, you must evaluate your measurement maturity. Step back, review your current mobile measurement strategy, and determine how well it's different for the life cycle. Consider if you have consistent mobile measures across each phase, if you include mobile with other touch points. Doing these activities will help you identify those key mobile specific moments in areas you most need to improve on, and identify interactions where you're doing great in, and that you can reallocate resources to focus on those areas where you need more help. Second is adopt metrics that actually matter. Now, marketers balance short-term revenue-based metrics, such as sales conversion, with long-term metrics, such as customer lifetime value, or at least they should have. They should. This is a struggling point for a lot of marketers today. Now, keep in mind, short-term metrics associate the immediate revenue impact of all mobile activities, which is important to show the effectiveness of mobile to your CMO and CFO. While longer-term metrics, such as customer lifetime value and engagement and loyalty, gauges how mobile drives long-term value to the business. A balance between both short-term revenue goals and long-term metrics will empower marketers to drive to immediate revenue goals while thinking long-term about whether or not they're acquiring the right customers and if they are fostering loyalty and relevancy. Third is audit your data. Now, the number one measurement challenge is data, as I said before, specifically combining multiple data sources. So Forrester and this study recommends conducting data audits for all mobile sources to identify key data leakage, to track consistent campaign codes, and to pinpoint missing data points. Now, this forces the marketers to become more data savvy and better able to determine what they can truly measure. Embrace advanced measurement approach is the last best practice for mobile measurement success. Mobile-specific measurement is vital, but it's not enough alone. Customers will still shop in stores, they will still watch television, and they'll still work on laptops. Now, to truly understand the value of mobile, leveraging mobile-specific analytical models to calculate the value of mobile is necessary. Now, doing this in conjunction with other touch points will solidify your case for mobile measurement even more. So at this point in time, I will pass it back to the team where we will manage some Q&A.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Tina. That was really, really excellent. I wanted to ask you a couple of questions and dig a little bit deeper in just a couple areas. One of them is, why is mobile not just one more channel alongside email or web or whatever other channels exist? Why is it not just one more channel among other channels?
Forrester, as you know, conducts consumer technographic surveys. And what we've seen, and we've asked specifically about the use of mobile across our large consumer panel data. And what we found is that mobile is an extension of a consumer's life. As I shared in the previous slides about mobile usage data, we're finding things like 31% of US online adults use a smart home device or service. 18% use a mobile device to look up products. We're predicting by 2020, every US household will have a smartphone. People have multiple social media accounts that they access on their mobile device. So mobile is not a specific channel where a client can receive offers and promotions, and they do that in some sense. It's a small snippet of it, but it's literally a device that will that enables ease and promotes interactions not only across brands but across other consumers and family and friends, and we see this data bear out time and time again.
Right, and I mean, obviously, so many channels live on mobile now, right? I mean, you get your email on mobile, you do your social on mobile, you visit websites on your device and everything like that. So it encompasses so many other channels. Very, very interesting. So, second question. As you shared in some of the data that you studied there, we're only seeing pieces of the customer journey being measured by marketers, not the whole journey. I want to know, what's the cost of that missing data? What are marketers missing out on or losing if they don't see the whole journey? I think so many customers are only seeing parts of it.
Yeah, that's such a great question, and this is a topic that I've tackled in my 6.5 years at Forrester, and even prior to that as a practitioner in the space for 12 years. When you're focused on specific parts of the journey, whether it be acquisition, retention, growth, or loyalty, or specific channels, and I'm even going to say if you're only focused on paid media or owned or earned, you're missing the gamut of the entire experience. If you were to think about different phases of the life cycle, marketers aren't really just focused on mobile advertising to enhance the experience. They have to also consider things like app engagement and how often are they searching for product, or if they're using together to give you a clearer view of not only mobile performance, or if it's mobile advertising performance or mobile app engagement. It will help you in the short and the long run effectively allocate dollars to specific interaction points that are fueled by mobile. Because again, mobile is an extension of a customer's life. Other channels live on mobile itself. So if you're not looking across not only all those phases of the customer life cycle, but the type of interaction, you're missing critical parts of the experience that could be a decisioning point on whether or not a customer will interact with you again. And we've seen this case by case, on a case by case basis, where a customer may be using on their mobile device or interacting with a brand using mobile as their gateway to interact, and they're on two different journeys across two different, let's say product lines, right? If they're in banking, it may be they're going for a mortgage or they're opening up a bank account. And those two different journeys, if they're not tracked concurrently and across those different phases of the life cycle, the customer could be receiving different messages, different experiences, and just have an overall bad experience with the brand. So it becomes vital to have all those touch points meld together to promote that consistent experience.
That makes a ton of sense, right? I mean, you're having different experiences. It's almost if you're talking to a different brand and having a different experience on the web or in the app or on the phone if it's not connected. Very, very cool. So we've talked a lot about marketing measurement, and we've talked a lot about what the best marketers are doing, as well as some of the maybe the laggards or those who aren't on the cutting edge here. What's the future that you see of marketing measurement? How do you see it playing out at the most successful organizations?
I think successful organizations really build internal support and teams and have this rich data-driven culture, not only specific to marketing, but understands the value of data that drives insights in an organization. Companies like GE, for example, they use data not only to make marketing and media decisions, to help interact with to interact with customers across mobile devices, but they also use data and analytics for their employees to help them identify areas of improvement and to hold them accountable. So having that data-driven culture is essential for the future of marketing measurement. In successful firms, I see a strong investment in developing data chops, not necessarily analytics and advanced analytics skills. I see that, but I see a lot more marketers really trying to unearth the current state of their data quality, what it would take to bridge data sources together across different phases of the life cycle, across different platforms, across different channels. And what that would take and what that investment needs to be, but also kind of having somebody responsible, being the customer data steward within the organization, responsible for first and third party data around the customer. And partly because I think there is just so many different data sources with so many different players within a brand responsible for it. So I see that as a capability in a successful measurement organization. Analytics is certainly one as well that will always be essential for successful mobile measurement, as well as kind of a buy-in that an insights-driven business is a competitive advantage. In terms of the future of mobile measurement, this is consistent with, I think, what everybody's saying out in the market, which is there is going to be more of a concentration of marketers really focused on providing complex insights to help fuel mobile or marketing measurement and performance to help inform planning. I think it's a little bit hazy right now, given what we're seeing in terms of the restrictions of data sharing with certain walled gardens. But I do anticipate that that's going to force brands to work with the data that they do have and take more ownership of the data so that they can become more measurement savvy.
That makes a ton of sense, especially with things like GDPR and e-privacy coming in. First-party data is going to be more and more critical. Excellent. So let's say that we get it right. It's the future, and everybody is leading. What are the benefits of getting marketing measurement right? What can marketers expect from a really well-designed and well-implemented marketing measurement program?
I think yes, marketers will get a few things. First is, yes, they will get deeper, more connected, more accurate insights if they have a connected data ecosystem across different phases of the life cycle. But what I think is going to start happening beyond that, and that's going to become table stakes, right? As you're building kind of a more unified system. But additional benefits would be a deeper understanding and an indication of customer perceptions and intent. So I think marketers and analytics and measurement is going to become smarter about connecting information and looking for identifiers in behavioral data to determine how customers perceive the brand and what their intent to engage with them. Second is that marketers who adopt advanced kind of measurement and deeper understanding of mobile, they're going to effectively spread their budgets and make smarter bets with future investments. So that's the second thing. And third is, as they're becoming more advanced with the measurement stuff, insights, I think, and kind of understanding things like, well, how did this particular campaign performed, this mobile campaign, or how did they interact on this device? I think that's going to become more real time, but marketers are going to start to optimize those relevant experiences and foster longer term loyalty. And they're going to shift to their metrics and of success from kind of those 1-point conversions to longer term engagement metrics as a measure of success. So those are some of the benefits and kind of results of what's going to happen with more advanced measurement.
Tina, thanks so much for taking some time to share these results with us and to answer some questions as well. Really, really do appreciate it. It's been wonderful. Really appreciate it. Also appreciate everybody who's been listening live. You've been incredibly loyal, maybe staying the whole 45 minutes now. That's wonderful. And appreciate all who are going to listen to this later on. Don't forget about Postback, postback.tune.com. We'd love to see you there. And the coupon code to use is FW200. Thanks again for joining us, and see you again soon at another Tune webinar.